There you go. Katie was standing up to Brooke, and I was like, that's right, because she can't determine if Logan will fail or succeed. I said, she can't determine that or whatever. I was like, right on. But then Katie done messed around and asked Brooke, what's this about Bill? Is that what this is about or whatever? I said, I said, abort mission. She did not abort mission. She did not abort mission. She ends up saying, is this about Bill or whatever? And she was like, Bill don't want you no more. And I said, let's not talk crazy now. I said we all seen that episode. We definitely seen that episode where he pursued Brooke. Brooke ends up rejecting him. Just the one that she wanted or whatever. And then Katie came in right after that. So he started to pursue Katie or whatever. And Carter overheard the whole conversation. But yeah, I said, let's not talk crazy, Katie. I said, this is why I repeatedly tell y'all, they shouldn't be having these conversations like this. I always say this is awkward. Y'all shouldn't be talking about Bill. Bill shouldn't even be no doggone topic of discussion, for real. He definitely should, and they just be over here talking and stuff. They literally was just at the wedding and stuff, happy. Now they over here talking about the same thing, talking about the same thing. But yeah, what else? What else? Bill, not Bill. Carter tells Ridge and Brooke that somebody got the Logan name, that it was available, but it's not anymore. Brooke realizes that it's Katie. She goes over there to confront her. Bill wants Katie to get away from Forrester. Overall, Ridge thinks that Katie's being disrespectful to Brooke. Dylan asks Electra if she's still staying at Forrester Creation. I said, yeah. I said, yeah, Electra, you're going to have to keep both eyes on her. She acting very suspicious. I've been seeing a lot of people post about how they don't think that she's really homeless, how they think that she's another Luna and she trying to work Will or get Will. I said, that, now, if they just got done with the whole Luna interfering and stuff, why would they come up? They need a better storyline. All these crazy people and stuff. I said, the only crazy person I want to see is Sheila. I said, the only crazy person that I want to see right now is Sheila. Go on, let her crazy out. I said, go on, get that storyline out the way. But yeah, hold on. But yeah, hey y'all, welcome back to another review of Life with Chesty for the bold and beautiful December 30th, 2025. First things first, let me know y'all thoughts on today's new episode down below. What did y'all think of the episode? Look, this year almost over, y'all. Nah, for real. But what did y'all think of the episode? Also, what did y'all so far this year? So far this year, it's about to be over with tomorrow. What y'all been thinking about these storylines? I know majority of y'all hate these storylines. Me too. Me too. Hopefully the new year brings new material, but I doubt it. We'll see. We'll see. But okay, on today's new episode, we're gonna start with Carter, Brooke, and Ridge. Well, actually, they kind of combined them. Carter, Brooke, Ridge, Katie, Bill, Liam. They still was trying to trademark the Logan name. They showed Carter doing it. They showed Liam doing it, whatever. Brooke then was asking him if he got it. Brooke said that Katie can't do that. She can't do that to us and stuff like that. They were so confident. But they said this week that they supposed to do something. So I'm assuming they finna do something else to undermine Katie. They said that Brooke then supposed to do something else, y'all. And y'all know I always try to see both sides. So I was like, look, you should be glad that the Logan name is getting out there. But then she told me it's already out there stuff because she done did this and she done did that. The fact that you would be more willing to have your name under somebody else's name versus your sister is insane. But at the same time, on the other side of things, she said, you know, what if they fail? What if they fail or whatever? Then that make her and Forrester and everything else a little bad. So, you know, it's either or around here. But yeah, so Katie said that it's her name too. That's what she telling Liam. They always rushing Carter. They always rushing Liam, trying to get him to get them to trademark the name or whatever. Electra and Will was talking to Dylan and stuff and trying to convince her to stay, and might as well get them out the way. And then we're gonna come back to Katie now. I think the highlight for me was the whole Katie Brooke confrontation, cause they tripping, both of them. But yeah, let's get Will and them out the way. They was trying to comfort her and let her know that she don't have to be homeless and stuff like that. Asked about her family, and she was like, she basically don't want to go to them or anything like that. How it's embarrassing and stuff, and she just in between apartments, and she had it going good at first, but then, you know, life happened. So that's what led her to it. But I said, it's something about her. I don't know where they taking her. I don't know if she could be crazy. I don't know if it's just that Will gonna be into her. I don't know. Maybe it's not even gonna go in that direction, but it seemed like something's off with her. But yeah, Electra hugging her and stuff. So she was like, okay, whatever. And she was like, she'll cook, she'll do whatever, she'll clean and everything. So then she was like, wait, before that, I think she said, she asked Electra, she was like, are you still staying at the Forest Estate? She was like, yeah, but I'm gonna stay here for a few days or whatever. You better stay there more than a few days to keep both eyes. I said, you better keep both eyes on that one. I said, I don't know what she up to. But yeah, she asked her, she told me, I said, it'll be uncomfortable, it'll be weird and stuff like that. Now, if you staying in then he said a guest house or something. I said, well, It would be weird, but at the same time, like, you can see what her mindset is. But yeah, that's all they was talking about. Let me make sure I didn't forget not to let you tell Dylan that she came to the right place. I think that's what she said. That's what I wrote down. Y'all know I be writing down anything nowadays. But yeah, Lacey tells she got up to leave before all this happened. She got up to leave. Dylan got up to leave or whatever. That's when Electra tells her she's not going anywhere. I said, you messing up. I said, you messing up. I said, let her go. I said, let her go. But yeah, that's how that happened with them. Katie, Bill, Liam. Carter ends up saying that Logan not available anymore. Liam secured the Logan name for Katie. Brooke ends up saying that she knows that it was Katie and Bill, so she leaves to go confront Katie. I already talked about it later. Ridge was upset because it's Brooke name. That's what he said. It's Brooke name or whatever. Yeah, he was so upset. He used his anger. Y'all know how he get. He be angry most of the time. Well, he be yelling. I say that. He don't be angry, but he be yelling all the time. But yeah, so Carter telling him that it's not Katie and they sisters and maybe Brooke could get through to her. Not by saying that she jealous of her. I said she went about it the wrong way already. Then Katie over here tripping, talking about so Bill don't want her no more. The fact that you said don't want her no more is enough of a reason for you not to want him at all. But yeah, hold on. I said, look at them. They just said, they literally just said how they weren't going to let this company come in between them or whatever. They should have said they ain't going to let their man come in between them either. Because apparently that's what they're doing. Hold on, y'all. Where is it? There you go. But yeah, that's apparently what they doing. But yeah, so Katie was just in her office, just looking at stuff, just proud of herself, saying her company and stuff like that. So Brooke came in to my son. Are you proud of yourself? She ends up saying how Katie betrayed her, how she the one who brought her into the fashion industry, and this is how you repay me. And I said, yeah. I said, Brooke would have had to. She done said so much within that small time frame. She jealous of her. You always was jealous of me. And I was like, well, this ain't. Then she told her she wasn't no Eric. She's like, of course I know I'm not Eric or whatever, but he did start from the ground up and stuff. But yeah, she said she just trying to stand up for herself, and she was doing a good job at first. Katie was doing a good job. She was doing a job. I said it. I ain't gonna say she was doing a good job because she kept saying stuff. Brooke kept saying stuff. Talking about she jealous of her. She always been a little girl looking out the what she said, looking out the window or something at her. I said, I said, Katie, defend yourself more. But then she started tripping because I think Brooke said something about Bill, and that's when she was like, "Is that what this is about, Bill?" Or whatever. And I said, wait a minute. I said, tell me this ain't where it's finna go where I think it's finna go. I said, don't do it. Real fast, Bill said that he won't let the forces bully Katie anymore. Hold on. Him and Leon was in the office talking about it and everything. But yeah, back to Katie now. So Brooke said that Katie always been envious of her and stuff like that. They kept going back and forth. Brooke ends up saying that she gonna fail, that Katie's gonna fail. And I said, I told y'all. She said a whole bunch of stuff. I was like, So then she said something about Bill. And what he gifted her a fashion house and stuff like that. So that's when Katie asked if it's about Bill. And I said, oh no, Katie. I said, no, abort mission. I said, then she was like, Bill don't want you no more. He never did anything like that for you and all that. I said, I don't think that matters. That's not, to me, that stuff don't matter. They could buy you whatever and still be not worth a darn. Somebody said, Bill don't want you anymore. I said, girl, no, Katie. I was hoping she didn't take it there. And she took it there. But that's it, y'all. Let me know y'all thoughts on this episode down below. Stay tuned for the next review. Until next time, deuces. Have a great rest of the day and be safe.